Okay. Well, start again. Likutei Halachos, Bircot, Hashachar, Halacha Gimel. So we explained that a person in his lifetime yesterday that we are holding by Sif Kofches 28. Okay. But yesterday, what we explained what is the pasha of the Talmud and the Korbanos and Zeh Mekomon Shel Zvachim that we say before Pesukei Zimra in the morning. So explain that we're talking here about this exchange that a person does with his meisim. That when a person does things he should not do. I mean, you have the body, which represents the Ruach HaBehema, the animalistic spirit of the person. And then you have the prince, this is the human spirit of the person. When a person does Maisa Behema, deeds that emanate from his animalistic nature, which is following his heart's desires, what happens is he creates a mishmash. He creates like a mixture. The prince spirit of him, which is the neshama, which is the chelek elokam imal, gets mixed up with the ruach habehema. Now, Koheles says that ruach ha'adam goes up, ruach habehema goes down. What happens is that when a person goes out from this world after 120 years, his neshama gets put in something called kafakela. Kafakela means like the slingshot, means that he's all over the place. The reason why he's all over the place is because he has to go to all the places and to search for the particles of his human spirit, his human soul, that has been mixtured, has been lost in all these far-flung places in the Ruach HaBehema. We have a tikkun for this in this world, which is the Korbanos. Because the Korbanos they come from Behema, they come from animal. So when you sacrifice the Behema, what it does is that it's like, we gave a mashal yesterday, if you take, let's say, iron filings, and they get mixed with wood chaff. So I mean, if you don't fix it, you have to go afterwards picking, one piece at a time. This is, if a person doesn't fix it in this life, after like this kafakela has to start going all the places and the pick. The behemoth is keviochol, like a spiritual magnet. What happens? You go to a magnet over the mixture, boom! All the iron filings come up to it. This is what korbanos do. So this is done through the korbanos, and then the korbanos, after korbanos, we have a mishnah of Zeh Mekomon. What is the place of the korbanos, which means it gets out the human particle, human soul particle, from all different places. This is mekom from all the place where they are. For this you have mekom shel zvachim, where the zvachim are. So when you say korbanos and you say Zeh Mekomon Shel Zvachim, you're elevating, you're extricating the human spirit from the mixture with the behemoth spirit, so that after 120 years you'd have to go through kafakela, whatever it is. So how important it is to say korbanos before davening.
So
okay,
we should need to be
all right. Beseder. So now we're holding Siv Kafches, v'zeh b'chinat Pesukei Zimra. Shoyim achar Parshas Korbanos. After you finish Korbanos, you go Pesukei Zimra. You say Pesukei Zimra. Shezeh sod b'chinas Adam Hayar shelo kachas ben hamelech. This is the mystery of the men of the forest that took the prince, v'alicho leveisoi, and he took him to his house. V'sham shoma kol hanigun haniflo shel kol hachayos v'behemes v'oifes. That there he heard the song, the melody of all the animals and the cattle and the birds. They made that they put together, they composed this beautiful, incredible nigun music for the moon. He gave him this incredible instrument that when you put it on any animal or bird in the world, it starts to sing, it starts to play this incredible melody. This is the chapters of singing that we're saying. That's what you say after you sing korbanos. Because through the korbanos, what you do, you sift the spirit of man from its mixture with the ruach habehema and with the spirit of animal. Then what you have to do, you have to sing praises and the verses of song, because now you have to elevate the level of purification from your animalistic, spirit at the highest stage. Because the perfection of the sifting of the spirit of the human spirit from the animal spirit is through music and song. As Rabbeinu says in a few places, take from the song of the land in your satchels. Yaakov says Zimras Haaretz Lizmor means also to prune, means to collect. It is called Zmirim. It means it cuts off, it prunes. Zimras Haaretz is also Shon Zimmer, Shon song, Shon Zemer. The main rectification of the prince after he got his punishment through the behemoths. When he wanted to rectify him completely, now he merited to hear the sound of the melody. Not only this, but the tzaddik v'gam nason lakli. The tzaddik also gave him the tool, this instrument that awakens the melody from all the animals and from all the cattle whenever you put it on them. Because that instrument, it has that propensity, that capability. That when the minute you put it on any kind of cattle, of animal, immediately starts to dislodge and extricate the essence of Ruach HaAdam, the spirit of man, that is mixed within the being of that animal. Well, that's the thing that makes this incredible melody. Because all the melodies, then all the melodies are through the sifting of the spirit of man from the spirit of animal. And this constitutes B'chinas Shires V'Nigun Alavim, the singing and the playing and the music of the Levites, B'Sh'asa Korbanos, in the time of bringing carbon. That's the union of the verses of Psukat HaZimra that we say after Korbanos. Because the perfection of the beer, in other words, in the ultimate finest detail, in other words, the superfine magnetized thing that takes it out is the nigun. That's the music. Psukat HaZimra. I just make a bracha on this wonderful tea that you brought. Everybody should have a. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam shehakol yimei.
Amen.
Ashrech Elokeinu. Sif Chavtes 29. And afterwards, when he got this instrument, this musical instrument, that denotes and alludes to the fact that we're saying Psuka de Zimra. Then he gets to the point where he can understand one thing from another, as it is said in that particular Maaseh. That constitutes the Krishma that we're saying afterwards with Davin Shachris. Because in Krishma, as mekabel nisbonus amoichin kador bekavonis, this is when you receive the intellect, as it is says in Kavonis of Arizal, she'iker kabbalah samoichin, that the main receiving of the intellects, b'shas kriyas shma, when you get to kriyat shma. This is what the prince, in the story, we said that the prince got to the level that he could understand one thing from another. We could comprehend one thing from another. This means to achieve the level of comprehension. That means that he receives the intellect, the moichin. That's the intellect, and then the prince got the kingdom, the kingship, as it is says over there. That's davening of Shmoneh that we do. This is the main construction of the Malchus Kayadua. The main essence, the main aspect of kingship, a person is through Tefillah, which is Malchus, as we know. Because why? Because through davening you rule the roost, you rule all the worlds, you rule all the realms. You can lead all the realms and all the elements just the way you want it. Tzaddik rules, with the fear of God. It is a Kodesh Baruch Hu Kodesh Baruch Hu makes a decree, but tzaddik mevatel, the tzaddik, can cancel it out. V'akol al yedei tefillah, and everything is done through tefillah, as it is said in when the Gemara says, the Elisha, the ultimate student of Eliyahu Hanavi. So he said everything, all the nisim that Eliyahu Hanavi did, Elisha did, but he did it twice as much. Because he asked before Eliyahu passed away. This whole turn in Likutei Moharan, it says that when Eliyahu was going to be mistalik, the request of Elisha is let me have twice as much ruach as you have, and everything with the koach of Eliyahu. In other words, he wants twice as much ruach as Eliyahu has with the koach of Eliyahu. So Eliyahu told him, if you'll see me taken away from you, if you be mistalik, you'll get it. And Rabbeinu explains that what happens is that this is what we're saying over here. This ruach dil ela, ruach dil tata, that when comes the time of a person to leave this world, there's an extra revelation of Elokus, of his spirit. We said that only the very lowest parts of your spirit are in this world. Most of it is above, is in Shammai. What happens is that if there would be more of illumination of the part which is outside the body, will be revealed more, which is, in our Inyan, the revelation of the name of the essence, because that's your essence. You understand? It's your essence. Was to be revealed more, the body will just collapse. You won't be able to hold the neshama anymore. We said that the principle that of behind a person's passing away is that his spirit from above, gets revealed. And it comes down, it gets revealed. That means that it comes down. It gets revealed to the lowest part, which causes, the balance, this delicate balance of how much the body can, spirituality the body can sustain, to be disrupted, and the neshama has been taken out of the body remains just a golem. So, when the tzaddik is mistalik, his ruach dil'ela comes down, is revealed. So the tzaddik himself, being that this is his time, he's taka mistalik. But all those that are there, it's not their time yet. So for the illumination of the revelation of that upper chelek, which is a lot bigger, obviously, of the tzaddik, they get hashpoes, they get hashpoes that they can never get from their rabbi while he's still alive. That's why Elisha said, let me have twice as much, from your spirit. So I told him, if you'll see me, taken away from you, you'll get it. That's what happened. That he saw that Eliyahu, being taken away. That's the secret that you see, that he saw a chariot of fire, come down and take the Eliyahu Novi to the Shemayim. I mean, Eliyahu was Bichlal, he took it with his body also, but because he managed to turn his body into a neshama to such a degree that Eliyahu Novi, his body also went up, because his body was also P'chinas neshama. And Elisha afterwards, just like, Isha Elokim, you're talking about Elisha, Isha Elokim, he goes somewhere, and there were the kids, the Gemara says that he went outside the kids outside of Yericho, and these hoodlums came out, and they started jeering at him. So he turned around, and he cursed them. So the Tanakh said, and so two bears came out of the forest and ate them, mauled them. So the Gemara says, where do you have forest next to Yericho? Yericho is a desert. You don't have any forests in Yericho. And he says, only this. And when you have bears in Eretz Yisrael, you don't have no bears in Eretz Yisrael. Maybe the north of Syria, Turkey, something, has some bears there. Who has bears here? So the Gemara says, what was the nace over there? The one shita says that really there was no forest, and the forest was created by a miracle, and the birds came out of that forest, and some say there was a forest, but there were no bears. The creation of the bears was miraculous. The maskana of Gemara is lo dubin v'lo yar. There was no yar there. They're both created by a miracle to avenge the covet of Elisha. Which means you're talking about the covet, the sanctity of Elisha is such that if he's makpid on his covet, reality creates forests and creates bears to avenge the covet of the tzaddik. Why? Because the covet of the tzaddik is the covet of Hashem. We remember the name of the tzaddik is combined with the name of Hashem. But by the tzaddik, the name of Hashem is revealed. Like this in the world, people do the opposite of what Hashem wants, and Hashem, just lets it pass, let it slide. It lets it slide. But the tzaddik is the revelation of the name of Hashem. So when the name of Hashem is revealed, is Chil Hashem, then by the level of Elisha, it creates forests, it creates bears. So, and then Elisha gave, the Maisa with the wife of Ovadia. Ovadia was a ger, you might say. He lived with Achav and Izebel, and they were Rishayim, and he was a tzaddik. He was a tzaddik. When Izebel, was persecuting the prophets of Hashem, she killed them all. So he had 80 prophets in one, student prophets, in one cave and another cave, and he borrowed money from Yoram, the son of Achav and Izebel, Beribis, so he can feed the Nevi'im. And everybody knew what he was doing, and nobody told Izebel and Achav. That's what the Gemara says. Why did Achav win all his wars? Because there was no Lashon Hara. Everybody knew that the law was, all the Nevi'im were supposed to die, and Ovadia was feeding like 80 Nevi'im. He was borrowing money from the son of the king, and nobody let the king. Nobody tell the king. There was no Lashon Hara. That's why they were winning all the wars. There's no Lashon Hara, you win all the wars. Then Ovadia passed away. He passed away. Yoram, wanted to have, he wanted his money back, Beribis. So now his widow didn't have money to pay. So he wanted to take her 2 children as slaves. So she came to Elisha, and as she came to Elisha, she said, "Listen, they want to take my son." So he tells her, "What do you got at home?" So she says, "I don't have anything." She have a little bottle. Like they have that. There's little wine bottles that they have. It's just a little jug with oil. Olive oil. That's all I have at home. So he says, "Okay, go to your neighbors, borrow every single container that you can think of. Barrels and pots and this, anything, whatever it is, just borrow as much as you can. Borrow. Bring it all into your house, close the windows, close the doors. And then take this little bottle of little jug of oil and start filling up the vessels." So she takes the vessels and she fills it, and it kept on pouring until she filled absolutely all the vessels with oil. And when she ran out of containers, the oil stopped. So there's the 2 shitas in the Gemara whether it just stopped then, but then she kept on producing, or whatever it is. The Kitzur, she sold that she came to Eliyahu and said, "That's what happened. Have barrels of olive oil. What to do?" He says, "Go ahead, sell it, and pay your debts." So that's what she did. She went, she sold it, and she paid the debts. Sorry about that. Okay. So so she paid the debts and everything good. And then he stayed in a certain place. He used to go to every place every single year, and there was this rich woman that she said to her husband, "Here you have this really holy person coming in us. Let's build him a little aliyah, being a little place where he can learn, he can rest." So they built a little attic. Yeah. And in the attic there was a bed, and there was bed, and there was and this is where he would stay. So when he came there, he came there, and they brought him to this, they made a little zimmer just for him, when he stays there. So he asked his servant, Gechazi, what should we do with this woman? I mean, she has everything. She's rich. How can we repay her for this kindness she's done with us? He says, "Yeah, but she doesn't have any children." So he says, "Okay, call her." She calls her and he tells her, "Listen, uh, um, next year, this time, you have a son. So she said, but just do me a favor, just don't, don't tease me, don't disappoint me, you know. Next year she has a son. She has a son, and after a while, one day, the son is with his father in the field. He tells his father, my head, my head, my head. So he says, one of the servants, they were rich people, so he said, one of the servants, take him to his mother. Take to his mother, and the boy went to his mother, and he laid, his head was on her lap, and he died. The child died. So she took the child and put him on the bed of the prophet, of Elisha, in his little attic. Then she goes out and she calls her husband and says, send me a couple of the boys, couple of the guys. And he sent it over. She goes and he says, where are you going? She says, I'm going to Elisha. She says, why are you going? Today is not Yom Tov, no? She said, Shalom, she's going. She's not saying anything to anybody. And he's going. Eliyahu was and Elisha was on the Carmel. He was making his Beidadus. Where Eliyahu Hanavi used to make his Beidadus. So he sees him from afar. So Elisha said, this is that woman. What's the story with her? Why is she... she comes over to Elisha, and she falls, she hugs his feet. So Gehazi tries to push her away. She says, leave her. Something really bad has happened. Hashem didn't let me know. Didn't tell me. So she asks him, she says, did I ever ask you for a child? I never asked you for anything. I told you, don't tease me, don't disappoint me, don't break my heart. So Elisha gives his coat to Gehazi, and he says, go ahead and put my overcoat, on the boy, and don't speak to anyone, don't say a word, all along the way. Well, Gehazi was a character, one of the ones that the Gemara says doesn't have a chelik in Olam Haba. Well, of course, along the way he's telling everybody, hey, I'm going to revive the dead. Check me out, man. I'm like, whoa, way cool. He goes, he puts the coat of Gehazi, over the boy. Nothing happens. The boy doesn't wake up. In the meantime, Elisha and the mother are coming back. He comes back, and Gehazi said, I don't know. Nothing happened. So Elisha does whatever it is that he does, and the child wakes up. Then Elisha says to Gehazi, call the mother. Mother comes. So Elisha says, go ahead, take your son. So she bows down to him, she takes the son as alive. That son was Chavakuk, the Novi Chavakuk. The Zohar has a whole give and take on why all this thing had to happen. Is because Chavakuk, like Yitzchak Avinu, had a neshama mitzad nukva, from the tzad of his mother. Yitzchak had, Sarah is also shown shara, singing. Yitzchak is laughing. Yitzchak comes from the mazel of Sarah. From Avram is also Ishmael. So that's why Avram Avinu had to bring Yitzchak la'akedah as a sacrifice. Then they said that when Avram Avinu took the knife, the neshama of Yitzchak, left his body. Then he came back from the fright. So there's all this machlokes, whether it came back right away or whether it came back, 3 years later, whatever the machlokes is, it doesn't matter. But the point is that the neshama went out, like when you get really scared, like you faint kind of thing. And he says, and instead of the neshama mitzad the nukva, mitzad the female, he got the neshama the dechora, the neshama mitzad the zachar. That's the reason, that he didn't get married until then, because he couldn't have had children. because his nefesh was a nefesh of nekeva, no, it wasn't nefesh of zachar until that point in time. The same thing with Chavakuk. The zchus of the child being born was from the mother, not from her husband. And that was Chavakuk Hanavi. That was the prophet Chavakuk. So it had to die. The child had to die, and the neshama will leave the body, and then the neshama of Dacha, the neshama of a mayor will come down in its place, and that's what happened. It became Chavakuk Hanavi. That's the last Navi. That's a big thing. Anyhow.
So you get like a neshama in Etera?
No, it gets the neshama the Dacha, the neshama of Zachar. So this is and all the things that Elisha did. There are quite a few other miracles that he goes to another place where all the Nevi'im they cook a whole cauldron of food for all the Nevi'im, and one of the Nevi'im, and they're all collecting herbs from the field to cook it, and one of the people made a mistake, and instead of this herb, he took another herb that looks just like it, almost like it, that's totally poisonous. Then he throws it into the mixture. So they come to Elisha and say, "What are we going to do? The whole thing is poisonous. We don't have any food." So he tells them, take this little tree, whatever, they throw it in there, okay, everybody can eat it, no problem. So Elisha was like a walking, miracle machine. The Gemara says, Kol ma de'avad Elisha, everything that Elisha did, betfilah odavad, berachmi odavad. He did it with tefillah. There's no shemus, there's no Kabbalah, there's no practical Kabbalah, there's no Yichud. Pashat Tefillah. That's what we're saying. Shmoneh Esrei is Tikkun HaMalchus. That's why the Ben HaMelech was Zoiche, the prince was Zoiche after he got the Bina, the mentalities, he got the Moichin that we get during Krishma. You get to Shmoneh Esrei. You get to Shmoneh Esrei, you get, this is when there's a tikkun of the Malchus.
During Kriyat Shema.
You get the mentalities.
You said Krishma, it sounds like Hindu.
I don't care what this is. See Flamin. That is the aspect that all the patriarchs were shepherds. Everything, to discern and to sift that exchange, which is the mixture and exchange of the spirit of man and the spirit of animal. And this is why David HaMelech, who is the ultimate fixer of the aspect of kingdom, he was a shepherd too. It's from behind the feeders, the feeding sheep. He brought him to shepherd in Yaakov's nation. Because David, that was the main avodah of David HaMelech, was more than anything, was to sift the spirit of man from the spirit of animal. To sift and to extricate the essence of the prince from the metzias of the slave. And that's why David HaMelech was Echet HaMelucha, because that's how you finalize and complete and perfect the Melucha. That's why David HaMelech was shepherding his behemoth with tremendous kedusha. And through this, he was Zoicha to extricate the spirit of man from the spirit of animal, which is the dafka. This is what we said is the discerning between the spirit of the prince from the spirit of slave, and that's why he was Echet HaMelucha Chas B'chal Lo Ziv Yokanah. At Hashem, we continue tomorrow.